P30 Pro faces toughest challenge yet as Huawei reveals more devastating news. The P30 Pro looks to be facing its toughest challenge yet as Huawei has revealed more devastating news about the popular smartphone brand. The Huawei P30 Pro is one of the best smartphones of 2019 so far thanks to its innovative camera, great battery life and eye-catching design. Since launching in March, the P30 Pro has been a critical and commercial success, with express.co.uk among those that waxed lyrical about it. In our 4.5 out of 5-star review we called it the most complete smartphone so far in 2019, in part thanks to its incredible camera system. But since the P30 Pro's high-profile launch, Huawei has been dealt a blow with the US putting the Chinese firm on its United States Entity List. This stops US companies from providing tech, products, or services to those firms listed. And it could cost Huawei access to Google's Android OS, its apps, and the Play Store marketplace when it comes into effect in August. Google has lobbied for an Android exemption from the Huawei ban, with Intel and Qualcomm recently also coming out in support of the P30 Pro makers. But ahead of the US ban kicking in, Huawei have delivered bad smartphone sales news. Huawei has revealed their international smartphone sales last month fell 40% compared to the previous month. The P30 Pro wasn't mentioned specifically but would be grouped together with other devices when analyzing international sales. And Ren Zhengfei, the founder and president of Huawei, has cut the company's 2019 revenue forecast by $20 billion. Ren also said the Shenzhen-based firm would scale back production. He said, over the next 2 years, the company will reduce production. We estimate we'll reduce production by $30 billion. This calendar year and next year, our revenues will be around $100 billion. However, Ren was confident that the P30 Pro makers would become stronger after his company had walked this path. Bloomberg reported that Huawei was anticipating smartphone sales to fall between 40 million and 60 million units this year. But analysts have said it's difficult to predict how Huawei sales will be affected without knowing exactly how the US ban will play out. Speaking to the Financial Times, Edison Lee, analyst at Jefferies in Hong Kong, said, "If you assume it will stay and be diligently implemented by the US, I suspect revenues will be a lot lower. If the US export ban continues, I think they cannot deliver anything next year." Huawei are believed to be hard at work on their own smartphone OS and App Store in the event of a US ban kicking in. And analysts have predicted that if it does get released it could reshape the smartphone OS market, which at the moment is dominated by US companies. In a post on Interesting Engineering, John Loeffler wrote, Huawei would have something of a home field advantage in its domestic market. Many of the most popular apps in China aren't tied to Google, and many of Google's apps aren't even available in China. There's no reason why a Huawei OS couldn't run Weibo just as well as the Android OS does. China's app scene is essentially a digital economy unto itself, and with a quality OS, there's no reason to believe that Chinese users are going to stick with Android if they have another option, especially a domestic one. This gives a Huawei OS a decent shot at achieving an early adoption rate high enough to enable further development, which over time could develop to the point of challenging Google's Android OS internationally.